I'm on because I got a red light.
You're rolling.
All right, so tonight's going to be probably the most interesting, exciting lecture you've ever tolerated.
He's very modest, you guys.
I am Gary Kleiman. I'm a Tai Chi master and a Qigong and Neigong master. I know you don't know what those things are. I'm an energy practitioner. I've been practicing Tai Chi since 1974. I was the best in the school. I opened my school in 1979. So what happens, I know you're here for emotional liposuction, but I want to lead you down the path for a moment. The first thing was I did Tai Chi 10 hours a day. Then, when my teacher closed his school, he taught me Qigong in his living room. And then that was in 1978. In 79, I opened my school, and I started teaching pieces of Qigong, what I call Qigong, to my Tai Chi guys. One here, one there, but nobody was getting the same thing. I was experimenting to see, because I didn't have a system yet. So in 1983, I got inspired and I created my Qigong system, and I got it right. So I taught it word for word the same way since 1983 until I recorded it on video in 1993. And I haven't taught it since I put it on video, because people buy my video from all over the world. So I'm the only Qigong guy that doesn't sound like all the rest of them. All the rest of them sound like, take it easy, relax. Oh, that's not me. You're never going to hear that out of me under any circumstance. It's about sucking energy in, storing it in your body, saving it, and using it toward whatever you want to use it for. Everybody, if I've got 1,000 people practicing my Qigong, they're all doing it for different reasons. Some for business, some for relationships, some for health, some for sanity. You know, everybody's got their own reason to practice, but they all practice the same thing. You learn the Qigong. It takes 3 hours to go through the video. You only do it one time. You don't do it week after week after week. No, you do it once. 1 3-hour playthrough where you're practicing with me. Then you do the half-hour, 28-minute daily practice routine, which never changes. I got that right also. So what the daily practice routine is, it's pieces from the 3 hours, packaged, 2 minutes of this, 2 minutes of that, 3 minutes of this, 6 minutes of that, and it comes out to, when I was in the studio, my target time was a half hour, and I got it to 28. So you do that forever, or until you decide you want to upgrade and do Neigong. Mind Light Neigong is the name of my second program, which includes all the internal practices from the entire Tai Chi system. So there's hundreds of them, but it's totally organized. And my first book is called the Qigong Bible, which is out there, and my second book is the Neigong Bible. The Qigong Bible took 2 years to write. It was the hardest thing, longest thing I ever did in my whole life. The Neigong Bible took 10 years, but I had one of my friends who was a Photoshop master. He did most of the work. It was his idea. So we came out with the Neigong Bible in 2008. The Qigong Bible came out in 1989. So I've been doing this a long time. Everything I ever said about Qigong is in the Qigong Bible. So in 1987, I was doing a seminar in Portland, Oregon, and it was my first weekend workshop ever, because before that it was every Tuesday for 8 weeks or every Thursday for 8 weeks. And what happened was I was in the middle of the first day, and I had everybody, I had 8 or 9 people in the workshop. Something was going to happen, but I didn't know what. So I asked for volunteers. And everybody raised their hand. Of course they volunteered. And I poked around on them, and I found 5 emotions: anger, rage, fear, guilt, and abandonment. Now, how do I know the difference? How did I know the difference between anger and rage? I asked them, is this anger? No, that's rage. Is this rage? No, that's anger. And everybody agreed to the same emotions on the same spots. So I did everybody. I sucked it all out because I had the skill. I just didn't know what was going to happen next. And then what happened, I came home and I told my commodity trader clients this freaky thing that happened in the workshop. And they said, cool, do it to me. And I've been doing it ever since. 10,000 people. I don't know if you saw the Sun-Times article or if you took it out.
I saw it.
It came out in 2006, and overnight I picked up 1,000 new patients. Yes, I was busy for 3 years. I went from a one little office to a, not quite this big, but pretty big. I had a 36-foot hall, which was my second office, with a folding door. So I had a little office and then this 18 by 36 foot room. I did my seminars in there and it was great. And then it slowed down and I gave them back the big room and I kept the little one. So when I do the emotional liposuction treatment on somebody, I touch the points and I suck out what's there. If you don't have it, it doesn't hurt. If you do have it, it's terrible.
Yes. What?
Come here.
Oh, are you gonna? Oh,
Come here.
I was gonna ask you. So,
Come
like, if
here.
you touch those spots
Did it come
again,
back?
does it come back?
Come here. Come
I'm
here.
scared now.
That's
because
what I
I
want
want
to
All right, so your
Right.
treatment was terrible, wasn't it?
It was awful.
Yep, it was awful. But you know what? How long did it take? 5 minutes?
5 minutes or something.
5 minutes. 5 minutes of awful.
But it's awful.
And how's it feel now?
It's fine. And I saw my ex, and I didn't have the same reaction.
Didn't react?
It wasn't totally gone, but it was way different. I will say that.
And you didn't get all that?
No, just a little bit.
Yep.
I need this.
All right, go sit down.
Okay, this is great. All right, but so are those parts, like if you touch
Yeah, I'm not going to touch yours. Yours are empty. If I touch your abandonment spot, it's not going to hurt.
Really? Okay, that's what I was wondering.
So, when I touch the points, they're terrible, if you have it. If I touch anguish and you don't have anguish, nothing. If I touch sorrow and you don't have sorrow, nothing. But there are 4 points that everybody has. Now, 25 years ago, everybody didn't have the same 4. 25 and 30 years ago, everybody had anger and rage, and 50% had abandonment, and 25% had bitterness. But something changed. I don't know what it was. It certainly wasn't me. But now everybody has abandonment, anger, rage, and bitterness. So abandonment is disappointment. Doesn't mean you were left on the stairs at the church, although it could. Anger is screw you energy. Rage is old screw you energy. And bitterness is self-hatred. How do I know? Because I had my friend stick his elbow in my stomach because I said, dig in, will you? He dug in and I saw my grandmother's face. And he said, what does she represent? Bitterness. She wasn't happy unless everybody around her was mad about something.
Yep. I know somebody like that.
So I found that in thousands of people. So every bad decision you ever make or made is filtered through bitterness, self-hatred. Feeling bad and for no reason is probably abandonment. Some people say, oh, I have fear, I know I have fear, and then they cover their abandonment spot. They go, oh, fear. I haven't seen fear in 8 years. It's not fear. Now, if you have fear and I touch your kidney and you go, ah, yeah, that's fear. But I haven't had that in, at least 8 years that I can recall. And it's terrible when you have them. All right, who wants me to check them first? Come on up. All right, sit on the chair.
Thank you. I'm sure I'm going to need it.
So, no, doesn't hurt.
No.
Anguish. Here. No, doesn't hurt. Sorrow. Here. Yeah!
Oh,
Abandonment.
we knew that.
No. All right, this doesn't have anger. How about here? So she's no anger, no rage. You're the first one in a long time. And then bitterness is here.
Oh! I hate myself!
All right. Next. Yeah. So that's what it takes.
Makes pain, huh?
Anguish.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that bad?
Oh yeah, it
Right,
is.
so she has anguish. She's going to probably be the only one with anguish.
Scalenes are tight.
Here. No, and sorrow. Here.
Oh God.
Oh God, that's terrible.
Yes, it does
Oh,
hurt. It's hurts. Damn.
that's abandonment. All right.
A little bit. Oh no, that's okay. Go ahead.
That's anger.
No.
No, that's rage. This one. No. So
You're boring.
you're boring.
What's
Your
my-
husband was right.
What about what?
Who's next?
Or whoever, you can go.
Come on, come on, come on.
Go, yes.
Come on.
You can go ahead.
I'm curious. I want to see what he's got.
Oh yeah.
It still hurts me.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I mean, I'm coming to get it taken away.
Anguish. There's a lot of anguish lately. So.
All
Anguish,
right.
like,
So
angst, you know.
No.
nope. Anguish. Nope. Sorrow. Yes. Abandonment.
Bitter.
Yeah. Anger. Yeah. No. But anger. Yeah. All right. So not rage, but anger. And then here. No. So
Oh, you love yourself.
that's what I do.
wish
Is I
could
take
do
that out.
Loves himself and hates everybody else.
How do I get rid of that?
I suck it out.
I need it.
All right, I'll go. Why not?
I need it.
You're right about this one, so I'll
I
take a
need it
chance.
sooner than later. I'm so.
And I will treat the ones that don't win the freebie. Can pay me tonight, and I'll do it in the room.
I'm ready.
Yeah, that hurts.
No, that don't hurt. That's a not hurt.
Oh, you'll know when it hurts.
There.
Yeah, you'll know.
No.
Here we go.
There.
Yeah.
See, does that hurt?
What is that?
That's abandonment.
Disappointment.
No. What? No, not
No anger.
No rage. Nope.
No rage.
How about? No.
Well, we'll see when I get you on the table.
Oh, that's a challenge.
Holy moly, yeah.
I'm just a sad baby.
So,
You go ahead.
No, I'm okay.
yeah, you're okay, sure.
That's the
So,
Sign of denial. Come on.
so as you see, everybody,
Your hair has to go.
come on up.
Come on. Come on, sweetheart.
He's gonna poke us. He's gonna poke us all.
Exactly. Everybody gets a turn.
Don't get comfortable sitting down. You're next. Come on. Really like that mask thing, huh?
Anger.
All right.
It was
No.
painful on his head where he hit me.
That's anguish. That's sorrow. Yee. Yeah, all right, that's
Like,
abandonment.
Just hold on. Like, yep.
No? That's weird. Nobody in here has anger or rage.
Except for this.
I got rage. No anger.
He has anger, yeah.
All right.
It's a whole audience here. It's relaxing.
I have horrible. thing is, though,
Are you good with her language?
it's stored in there. That's the thing.
All right.
Oh, she has anguish.
Is that terrible or just?
Oh, it's bad. It's
All
bad.
right, so she's got anguish.
Tell me again, anguish is what?
Anguish is sort of depression, but hopelessness.
Oh, that's fine. Okay.
Here? No. Sorrow. Here?
Ow.
Yeah!
She's like, get
That's abandonment.
I almost hit him with my knee. I was like,
Yeah, anger.
anger.
Oh my God.
Rage.
You guys gotta hang out.
Well, no, I knew I had that.
What about,
bitterness.
wait, she has bitter, she has
It's too hard to get at sitting up.
Okay.
When I do it on the table,
Yeah.
you can't escape.
All right.
And so you hold that point.
I hold that point until it doesn't hurt anymore.
So is that like
Holy
is it like
moly.
kind of like a form of like a trigger point?
No. These are my points. I didn't take a seminar from anybody else. I didn't borrow it. I'm an acupuncturist.
I say it's
But this has nothing to do with acupuncture.
What
What causes the pain is my personal vibration. So I activate the spots, and if you don't have it, nothing happens. If you do have it, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Abandonment feels like a blowtorch.
Oh, it
Yeah.
hurts. You can't escape.
Yeah, that's the way it is. That's the way it's always been.
How did you learn this, man?
I created it. I didn't learn it. What?
Is it okay if my daughter goes?
Of course.
If she wants to try it now.
She wouldn't go earlier.
Well, I gotta see first with my mom. I don't.
Well, like I said,
All right,
I'm
so
the worst case scenario.
same pattern. All I do is the same thing. No. See how that terrible that was for on your spot for? She don't have it. You didn't give it to her. No. So
Good one so
anguish,
far.
sorrow, abandonment is terrible. Here, anger, yeah. Here,
Let's see, rage.
rage,
Okay.
It's okay.
yeah, but this one's terrible. So what's the difference? All right, and then here, you don't like that?
No. I mean, it's okay though. It's
All
not
right,
bad.
so that's what I do. I stay on those points and I suck it out. So I suck it out of you and it goes into me. Don't worry about me. I'll be all right.
No, I mean,
So I suck it out and then
transmuted it.
it's not in you anymore.
I know, but I don't like to give my stuff to somebody else.
Well, then don't get a treatment.
Well, you don't want to get. Don't you transmute it though?
No. I've done this 10,000 on 10,000 people.
How do you suck it out of someone?
Because of my Qigong ability, I have like hurricanes inside me. So when I plug into somebody, I go, you know, the big suck, and if they don't have anything, nothing happens. But if I touch a spot and they have abandonment, oh, it's terrible, it's burning, oh! But the person next to them doesn't have that.
But that's based on their life's experiences and/or
Whatever, I don't even care. I don't even have to listen to your story when you get treated by me.
Okay.
How much did you tell me before I treated you?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
Because it's not going to change anything. How many people have gone to therapists for year after year after year and nothing ever happens? You know how in the first couple of years of me doing my seminar, I had a lot of psychiatrists and psychotherapists and I mean, I had I must have had 100 of them in the first couple of years. Because they know. The first thing they told me was, listen, if psychology worked, I'd be okay. Because they were patients before they were clinicians.
That's usually the case.
I'm one.
Yep. Oh yeah. This guy's like the example.
No, I mean, it's an awesome treatment. I think it's the most important thing in the world. Because you can't live with it. How are you going to live with bitterness? You wake up and every day you're ready to chew your hand off. It's like, you know, I'll be okay today. No, you're not going to be okay today. Why would you be okay today and not yesterday? You're not doing anything different. So when I take the stuff out of people, it's gone. Does that mean I never get to treat somebody twice? Well, in the last year I treated a couple different people. 10 years since the first time I treated him. One because his father died and he had this conversation going on in his head 24 hours a day ever since his father died. The last time they talked. I've had other people go through a terrible divorce. I have to suck that stuff out. What do? You can't live with it. You know, if your mother-in-law has been putting curses on you for 25 years, I mean...
Got you to that one.
I can stop that too.
There you go.
So any questions?
Why is it so painful?
Because it hurts.
It's like pulling out a splinter. It's gotten inside. And
No, it's like pulling out a sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've done this on the youngest I ever treated was 4 months old, little girl. I treated her grandparents, her great-grandparents, they were in their early 90s. I treated her grandmother, who's probably 60, 55 now. I treated her oldest son, who was like 23 at the time, and the youngest son, who was 16. I told him, don't you get your girlfriend pregnant, and he did. That was the 4-month-old that I ended up treating, because she never slept her whole life. Stayed awake for 4 months. I did the treatment. I said, put her in the crib. They brought her upstairs. They put her in the crib. She went to sleep. I also clear houses. I also do protection mojos.
Okay.
Depends, you know. People call me from all over the world for all kinds of things. Today I talked to a guy for an hour from Switzerland. He's going to buy my Neigong program. So what's the difference between Qigong and Neigong? Qigong is a small, bite-sized practice that ends up taking a half hour a day, which I created in 1983 and put on video in 1993. And Neigong is all the internal practices from the entire Tai Chi system.
Mm-hmm.
And a friend of mine in 1992 or 3 asked me if I would write down the Tai Chi system in case something ever happened to me. And I said, sure. I thought it would take me 2 weeks. It took me 7 months. So I got it on a database. And then now it's on my website. Now it's in the Neigong Bible. And everything came from my friend requesting the outline. So my website is qigong.com. I'll spell it. C-H-I-K-U-N-G, not Q-I-G-O-N-G. What's the difference? One is Red China, Q-I-G-O-N-G. I'm talking about in the early 80s.
Yeah.
And one is Taiwan, C-H-I-K-U-N-G. And I didn't want Q-I because I never used that word anyway. Because nobody knew how to say it then. They all did the same thing. And TaiChi.com was already taken by an old Tai Chi master in New York City. So I got Qigong.com because I am Qigong.com. Currently I practice between 4 and 8 hours a day. When I was a Tai Chi student, I practiced between 6 and 10 hours a day. And it's possible. I don't have any natural skill. My father wasn't a Kung Fu master, he was an optometrist. So when I meet these Chinese guys that go, oh, my grandfather, my father, blah, 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 but they're not as good as me. So what good did their heritage do them?
That's true.
I'm the one that worked my ass off in the school. The normal students were doing 3 hours a week. I was doing 6 to 10 hours a day. So I worked out 3 or 4 times a day. As soon as I would start to cool down, I would jack it back up again. So I stayed hot for 10 years. So you can do this. My cell phone is 312, I'm going to put this on my website, 312-446-8218. And now, we have, first we're pulling for what? The demo?
Yes.
First for the demo,
You're doing it because I don't want any.
next for the freebie. First for the demo, Liz. All right. First for the demo. Next for the freebie, Angela.
I give it to this.
All right. Yeah, you can pass it to him.
I'm gonna pass it to this.
All right. So now I'll turn the camera off. We'll all go in the treatment room.
Oh God.
Thank you very much.
Have fun, kiddo.